Arguably, two of the most anticipated films of the year will be released this weekend: Greta Gerwig's Barbie and Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. As the internet does best, it hasn't been shy to establish a fan-made sociocultural phenomenon called Barbenheimer. The term is a portmanteau of the film's titles, shining light onto the counter-programming strategy of their distribution. Two diametrically opposed films in terms of genre are released simultaneously to target different fragments of an audience. Fans have counteracted the strategy by collocating the two films in the form of a meme expressed through various avenues: AI-generated mashup trailers and posters, to online discussions on which films to watch first. While such fan-based cultural engagement seems playful and parodical at first sight, it does unveil a significant transition in our socio-cultural mode of thought when observed closely. The subject matter of the two films, in line with the fan-based reaction to them, is a reflection of our contemporary metamodern structures of feeling. To understand this further, we must first instate the fundamentals of metamodernism. Metamodernist thought has been said to be a continuation rather than a reaction to postmodernism, which in itself is an antagonistic reaction to modernism. In a nutshell though, modernism dominated the sociocultural sphere after the Industrial Revolution up till the end of World War II. It primarily values rigid, meaning-making processes based off of Enlightenment thought, such as rational thinking, which led to the establishment of grand narratives, such as nationalism. Additionally, it has led to a firm belief in objectivity and, by extension, scientific and technological progress. Postmodernism is a reaction to modernism, which aims to starkly contrast itself with its values. It primarily deals with a things fall apart attitude, where nihilism is an important point of origin which guides the postmodernist framework. The problem that arises from these two opposing poles is that they almost function as diametrically opposed binaries. In doing so, it presents a polarity that seems impossible to reconcile. It is as if there is no third space of existence due to the contradictory nature of the two epochs. The metamodern attempts to integrate lauded characteristics of both modes of thought in order to establish its ethos, while postmodernism is entrenched in pastiche, parody, play, and irony. Modernism values development and sincerity. Metamodernism thus synthesizes the two perspectives by offering, for example, ironic sincerity. Timotheos Vermeulen and Robin van der Akker posit: ontologically, metamodernism oscillates between the modern and the postmodern. It oscillates between a modern enthusiasm and a postmodern irony, between hope and melancholy, between naivety and knowingness, empathy and apathy, unity and plurality, totality and fragmentation, purity and ambiguity. Indeed, by oscillating to and fro or back and forth, the metamodern negotiates between the modern and the postmodern. Barbie acknowledges the perils of our contemporary society, for example, plastic consumerism, beauty standards, and the patriarchy, and fleetingly presents these key topics as ironic and parodical, but we slowly come to realize that the film crescendos to a theme that revolves around the sincere yearning for change, actualization, and meaning. Towards the end of the film, the character of stereotypical Barbie realizes that her life is void of meaning, but she acknowledges that nihilistic tone on human existence in order to search for that meaning. The void necessitates the fulfillment of meaning instead of stopping at the mere existence of the void.
Oppenheimer treats contemporary issues in a similar vein. While on the surface, the film prioritizes scientific progression and idealism, in line with the times of course, it also tacitly addresses the perils, skepticism, and cynicism of modernism's social impact. Oppenheimer's subject matter, namely the race to produce the atomic bomb, seems oddly similar to the progress that AI and its facets might deliver for humanity. Yet, we are skeptical of its subversion on our existence. This general sincerity of Oppenheimer about a topic that feels a bit too close to home for audiences and the playfulness of Barbie defines the Barbenheimer phenomenon. So why is all of this important? As we undergo a number of crises such as a new Cold War, an AI revolution, and climate change, we cannot afford to solely rely on the confines of modernism and postmodernism, as that carries its limitational baggage: naivete for modernism and nihilism for postmodernism. The present socio-economic conditions fostered the need for a new trend, metamodernism, to approach these crises from a more optimistic perspective that can be viewed ironically when necessary. This sentiment is then reflected through cultural works such as Barbie, Oppenheimer, and their fan-based reactions in the form of memes, all of which is perpetuating metamodernist tones, aesthetics, and discourse. Oh, by the way, I also asked Runway ML to recreate Barbie in the style of Oppenheimer and vice versa. Check it out. I also experimented with this further a couple of weeks ago, links in the description.